When you shop at a Walmart Vision Center, you get it. You know that you'll spend a little less on stylish glasses for the whole family.
Welcome to the Vision Center. Let me know if you need help finding the perfect frames.
Hey, Mom, you were right. These glasses are cool.
Hon, they take our insurance. That means Papa's getting a new pair, too.
Whoa, glasses start at just $39. Next stop, groceries.
So you can get a little more of what you need. Find a Vision Center near you. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Coming to you live from the It's Funny Studios, I'm Doug.
I'm Greg.
And this is Mike.
And this is the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast. Hello, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Halloween. Ooh, this is not going to be a Halloween episode. We did that last week, but it is Halloween.
And this episode might frighten you. But
yeah, well, all of our episodes will frighten you. Now, we are dressed up. Mike is only wearing the sexy bite fangs.
That's right.
Even though we asked him to at least wear a robe.
Not today.
Now, I do appreciate it. You did let me borrow your fishnet stockings. Yeah. So I will wash them before I give them back.
Okay. Well, they're yours now. So.
Yeah.
You don't want them back? Oh, and Greg is going as a grouchy boomer. Oh, no. I think he's just, that's just
I'm right in costume.
All right. Well,
I wear it well.
I'll give a breakdown and we'll jump right in here. So I think we each have one or two things right off the top.
Yep.
And then we got segment one. I have a few debate topics and hopefully we split the room a little bit. We'll see. We might agree. We might disagree.
I don't agree with that.
I don't. Well, I do. So
I don't want to split the room.
Then we're going to talk about jobs, bad jobs, worst job you ever had.
All of them.
And maybe paying for something that sounds absolutely horrific to me as well. And then we're going to talk a little relationship talk and something that is starting to, I don't know how common it is, but I've been hearing about it a little bit on a couple podcasts and in the news. Some things going on with women. So we're going to straighten you women out.
What podcast are you listening to?
I get in touch with my feminine side once in a while for the podcast. I want to know what the women are thinking. So
I noticed you were tearing up.
Well, I jot it down so we can correct all of their wrong thought process. Just kidding, everybody. Just kidding. Relax. All right. So I guess we'll start right out. I'm going to go first, and then Mike's got and Greg's got. Greg and I we had a job down in a town south of here. We're driving around, and I came across maybe one of the most complimentary signs I have ever seen.
It was very complimentary.
I felt really good. I felt really great about myself.
It was
Mike does
electronic.
not know what is happening, so this is just a surprise. It was an electronic sign. We're driving, and it's a speed limit sign, and it says speed limit 25 miles.
Yeah, those that show you how fast you're going.
And then underneath it there's the little like display that's showing you your current speed, like 8 or 12 or whatever. So it comes up and it says your speed limit 25. Okay. Mm-hmm. And
we had to drive by it a couple times.
I drove by it a couple times to see what it would do. So I drove by, it said your speed, and it said your limit is 25. It's like, oh. And I was doing about 20 and it says, Great job. I felt really good about my drove by again. Great job.
Yeah, the sign was like.
Of course, then I had to drive by it once when I was speeding.
Yeah.
And it said slow down. So I thought I was going to say, you suck. What are you doing? You're a piece of garbage. Oh, no. But yeah, it's a great job. I'm like, great job. The first time I drove by, I didn't realize it was a speed sign. It's just like, why is the sign saying great job? Great job for what?
Thank you.
So, yeah, but I felt really good. I felt great about myself. I'm going to get that sign and put it in my house.
Yeah, it should have said, great job. The city of Lincoln thanks you.
Yes. Well, they probably don't. They want me to speed so they can get my money.
True.
So that was it. That was my one little thing that I had. So
it was funny.
It was.
Drive by. Great job.
I'd never seen that before.
I felt very encouraged for the day. It's like it boosted my morale.
And we had kind of a crappy day, so that really helped lift us up.
Yeah, it helped our boost, yeah.
Look at there.
It's the little things. Sometimes.
It is the little things. Well, that's all I've got. Anymore.
At least somebody recognizes how great.
See, now in my life, the little things have become the big things. Like, oh, I have.
Mine would have said, great job. Keep trying.
It's like, maybe it's like an 8-ball.
Yeah.
Try again.
All signs point to yes. Yeah, try again. Doesn't look good. Oh, no.
No one wants that one. No one wants that one.
Yes,
nobody.
No one wants the 8-ball sign.
Oh, my goodness. Was that all?
That was it. That was my one
right.
thing.
Well, I can't believe I'm about to talk about a story for McDonald's.
What?
I'm doing this now.
You hardly ever talk about McDonald's.
I know.
Is it about the great service you got there and you couldn't believe how they went above and beyond? And
So I actually did not go. I haven't even gone.
Oh, no.
But I did see a story about probably the most popular, I don't even call it a seasonal item.
I feel like
it's an item that comes and goes. Oh, yes. Going out to pasture.
Yes.
The McRib is coming back, and it's a farewell tour.
I know. I saw that.
Is it going to be like the musicians that the farewell tour is? Not really the
Every year.
farewell tour. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It'll release an album next year.
yeah. This is what McDonald's themselves have to say for the McRib. It says the McRib is back. It starts with seasoned boneless pork dipped in tangy barbecue sauce, topped with onions and dill pickles, and served on a toasted home-style bun. When everything combines, you have the barbecue pork sandwich perfection. Get one while you can, because this is the McRib Farewell Tour. So, if you want your McRib, you better go get it now.
I don't know if I'd say it's perfection.
Well,
No.
perfection with an asterisk,
I eat
right?
one every year, one. And I kind of do it out of memory. My dad liked them, so he would get one when they come out. Oh, the McRibs are out. So I kind of do it in memorying of my dad. Like, oh, I had one, full disclosure, I had one today. And it was much more expensive than I thought. I misread the sign. It said
It
McRib
was pricey.
meal. It said McRib, $4.89 and the meal. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, I'll take that with a large drink. And she rang it up, and she's like, that'll be $8.87. I'm like, one McRib meal? And
Yep.
the McRib by itself was $4.89. I didn't see that was.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So I have not ever actually had a McRib, full disclosure.
They're okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it tastes kind of like a processed pork sandwich.
yeah.
But you could only get it once in a while, Mike.
Yeah. So I did find an article. This is a CNBC article. So they're kind of diving into the farewell tour.
Oh,
so to
digging
speak.
in, going deep on the McRib.
So it starts by saying the seasonal offering, which began in 1981, has periodically disappeared from the fast food giant's menu. However, it is making one last appearance nationwide. So it says starting October 31st. So I guess
no, they're already out.
at the time of recording, it's a little before that. But enjoy the famous pork sandwich as if it's your last.
Because it might be.
It might be. However, I did find this, though, in the article. It says, the burger chain is hoping that the love for the sandwich is strong enough to get customers to pay for some limited edition McRib merch, which it will sell on its website during the final run.
Does it tell you what the merch is?
I think what it is, it's like some T-shirts, some clothes, stuff like that. All dedicated to the McRib.
I think we should buy some merch and wear it proudly.
Yeah.
So I did try
I'm
to
good to eat one sandwich a season. I'm not buying one.
I did try to go to the McDonald's, follow the link to go look for the merch, and it's not. There's no McRib merch listed yet on the.
They're going to put it in the adult Happy Meals.
Exactly. So what the article is basically saying is that they're really kind of leaning on the scarcity marketing tactics and the nostalgia of the McRib coming back around for the final, so-called the final run.
Last hurrah.
Yeah. So that's kind of where they're putting their marketing chips into here.
Boy, if it's going to be the last one, I probably should go get a McRib.
I had looked up when you said that. I had looked up too just to see if it told why it was going away or what it was. And the article I found was from
people.
Fortune. But here's one of the paragraphs I thought you'd like. It says, "Of course, if the music industry has taught us anything, is that farewell tours don't always mean the end. In fact, they often are not the end."
Yes.
So, yep.
Yeah.
One thing I wish was not the end. I will say for McDonald's, the one things I wish would come back were the snack wraps. I did like the snack wraps.
The snack wraps were good.
And the chicken selects, I did not mind those either.
Yeah, the more like a chicken strip
Tender,
as opposed to the nuggets.
Now, this article also says that the McRib, in fact, had its first farewell tour in 2005.
Yeah.
So it did come back.
Yep.
Repeating the market stunt for the next 3 years, the longest the company has gone without the McRib was an 8-year stretch starting in 2012. So it did go away for 8 years.
Yeah.
But it did come back.
Made its reappearance.
So farewell tour, I guess we will find out.
Salute
but
to
you
the
better get
McRib.
one now, just in case.
Yes.
You know, you
Pay that premium price.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd just do the sandwich because I'm not paying $8 for the meal, the McRib meal.
But
Well-
you're definitely getting some merch, though, right? Some McRib merch.
I don't know that the
I might.
McRib.
I want a McRib key ring. Little,
McRib
just a
hat.
rib on my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to get some McRib underwear.
Oh,
Hey, baby, it's a limited time offer. She'll say, I'll pass. I got coupons.
but it's the home style toasted buns.
That is a good one.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That is correct.
McRib merch.
Just like the Happy Meal, there's a prize inside.
Yep.
She does
No.
not want the prize.
No,
Mike will show up next week in a T-shirt. McRib.
I've already got this brought.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I'll continue. And since you've already gone the fast food route, my first complaint will be McDonald's.
Are we going to have 2 McDonald's in just the intro?
We are.
Oh, my God.
Well, this stems from, like you said, we were together, went on that
Not
call.
together. I mean,
Well, no.
we were together, but not
We're
together.
together, but not-
I mean, you didn't
Together.
share a McRib sandwich.
We did. We ate it. He started at one end. I started at the other. We had sauce all over. I let him lick it off my fingers. Mike just threw up in his mouth.
That's a visual I didn't necessarily need to have.
That's a visual nobody needed to have.
Nobody
Nobody
wants that
wants
that visual.
Doug and Greg to share a McRib. Especially Doug and Greg.
That's true. Now, I don't remember what day this was, but we went to McDonald's, Doug and I did. And we thought we would test it out. Doug went through the checkout.
I did go through the checkout.
I went through the kiosk.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to have to.
We won't spoil it. You want to put some money down on who got there?
I'm going to have to at this point. So, who did what again?
He did checkout. I did kiosk.
I'm going to have to go check out. I think
Check out what?
it's quicker.
Okay.
I'm going to have to say.
All you listeners, lock it in. Lock
Lock
it
it
in.
in.
What do you
Mike
think?
said-
Mike. And lock in your own guesses.
I'm going to have to assume. I hope it's the
Did
checkout.
Doug get his crappy meal that was incorrect first?
Or did I?
Or did Greg?
Well, the answer is I went to the kiosk. I punched in my order. Doug's ordering it. We got to make this play-by-play because we're,
Okay, all right,
we're doing it at
it's
the
neck
same time.
and neck.
Okay.
This is real time. We're both, I'm going, I think I can beat him with the kiosk. So,
Now, I want to tell you this, too. The gal was having all kinds of problems with my order.
yes, she was.
Because I said, I just want a McDouble, no cheese, only ketchup.
Oh, Doug,
And
that's
she
too
could
much.
she could not ring it. She rang it up with extra stuff. There was all kinds. She's having all kinds of problems, all kinds. So I'm like, I should have went through the
I'm
kiosk.
not
in
off
my
to a good
mind.
start.
Yeah. So Doug's doing that. I'm going through methodically through my order. Picked my sandwich. Bing. Picked my drink. That's all I wanted.
I know. I saw Greg.
did-
He was going quick. I figured, well,
yeah,
he's got
I mean,
this. He's
I did
got it
specialize
down.
it was a double cheeseburger and I wanted just ketchup. So I took off the pickles, took off the onions, picked ketchup. That was it. Got down to the bottom and I hit place my order. And, and this I've got a picture here. Doug will share this, if I can get it to come up, but this is what popped up.
Not available.
It says, cashless device is not available.
That's the only way you can pay on the kiosk. You can't take cash on the kiosk.
So
you're just done.
I'm dead in the water.
You're just done.
And it's like I had to bounce out.
I think what really happened is that the price was like $4.71, and Greg tried to give the kiosk $5.01, and it's like I
Freaked it out.
I don't know how. Why am I getting a penny?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got an exclamation and a triangle that says cashless device not available, and you get an OK button. So I hit OK. It bailed out. I walked over behind Doug in line and placed my order.
yes.
So
at one part, you were done before me, but then it just canceled. It's like, sorry. I want to help you. I can't.
The cashless
Oh, man.
device is not available. What if I would have had cash? I mean, it won't take that. So
Isn't the
that's
whole
all
kiosk
you
the
can do.
cashless device, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the purpose of it. So if that's not it didn't even say go to register to pay for this. No, cashless device not available.
Well, I love how that came up at the end as opposed to the beginning to let you know, hey, don't waste your time.
Yeah, and let
on
me
this.
go all the way through the order.
Put in your order. You know, if you had like 3 kids or whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you want?
The
What do
other
you want?
kiosk was laughing.
Yeah.
He's not going to get his meal. Look at him button. Oh, yeah. Hit those buttons, buddy. Go ahead. Slide that card in.
Yeah.
McDonald's is teasing us with the kiosk because rarely.
Don't be afraid to use them, Greg. We've already heard that from a TikTok
Yeah.
manager a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Rarely do they work right. A lot of times I'll do it and it will go all the way through, but then it'll say, see cashier. And then I got to walk over there and pay her. And it's like, and I don't know how that's different than cashless device not working. So real quickly though, I have another fast food gripe. Chick-fil-A. I can't
Now
believe
that is a shocker.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but I have.
But we have to be honest here.
I do.
It's
I've
like,
got to
look,
report it as I see it.
because they screwed up a couple weeks ago with me with the breakfast, giving me the English muffin.
This is just so uncharacteristic. I went through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. I ordered the 8-piece grilled nuggets and a fruit cup. And I said,
Fruit cup?
yeah, the fresh fruit. I thought, I'm going to eat a little better at Chick-fil-A because they offer it. And she goes, would you like any sauces with your nuggets? And I said, yeah, give me a Chick-fil-A sauce and a honey mustard. Drive around, paid for it, got my bag, never think twice about it. Went over, drove to where I go to eat, pulled in, opened my bag, no sauces. So now I got dried grilled chicken nuggets with no sauce. And it's like,
You need that Chick-fil-A sauce.
yeah, you need the sauce for the grilled nuggets because they're pretty bland. I mean, they were okay, but
The
it's
fried
like,
chicken nuggets I can eat without the sauce. Those grilled ones are hard. I can eat them, and I have. You need the sauce with the grilled.
yeah. Now,
My opinion.
Now their drive-through blew me right through, man. They're fast. You remember we talked about how fast their drive-through is. They were on top of their game at the drive-through, but they left out my sauce.
They may have been too fast for their own good.
They might have. They got to watch it. We can't be skipping
I
corners
think the
here.
assembly line.
You know, this is a McDonald's, so
Skip the
I can
set.
excuse it. I can excuse it for a week, but they're on notice. They don't want to get on the podcast bad side.
No, they do not.
So yes, no.
Just ask McDonald's what happens, when you get on the bad side.
That's right.
Yep. And I have another curious question. I don't
More
know if this is back to McDonald's. Well, I wrote it down, but I wasn't going to talk about it. And then
But now you're going, so
But
let's
I'm
just
going.
throw it out there.
well, I get the.
Here, let's just throw away our outline for the day, and we're done. We're just gonna wing it.
Well,
Sorry, everybody.
I just want to know why. If I go to East Peoria and get the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, it's $3.93. If I go to Pekin and get the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, it's $4, so it's 7 cents more. If I go to Morton, and it's sad that I go to and get
He's
the,
like the Rain Man of fast food, McDonald's.
but if I go to Morton,
Greg's got the store numbers memorized. Store
Greg,
number
what
8.
if I go to Pekin and get a McMuffin, Morton to get my hash browns, and East Peoria to get my drink?
These are on
$5.73.
these are on different days. All right, so yeah, we got $3.93 in East Peoria.
Yeah, like the McDonald's.
That's right.
The guy drops the hash browns. He says out a number. That's how many they drop. 23. What? 23 hash browns. He dropped 23 hash browns. What is happening? You've been going to McDonald's 2 months, Greg.
Well, I just noticed this. It's
We've
like
been joking. I'm kind of serious now. Now it's like an intervention. Sorry, go ahead. I've derailed you.
so $3.93 East Peoria, $4.07 Pekin, Morton, $4.55. Why is
Higher
it
taxes.
62 cents higher in
Got
Morton?
that higher tax. You guys live in, you live in the exclusive Morton here.
Have you had Washington's?
What's high? No, I've not had
Oh,
Washington's.
you need to see.
I don't slum over that
I was
way.
like, come over, slum it at ours. It's probably $3.72.
No, I don't know. 62 cents more in my hometown compared to.
That's a lot.
It's a price you pay.
I guess so. So, anyways, that was just a small gripe, but
Yeah, that is a big difference.
yeah.
You'd think a swing of up to maybe 12 or 15 cents
Yeah.
between
Maybe,
towns.
yeah, but-
That on the high side.
62 cents. I mean, that's almost as much as a slice of cheese.
That's right. You can almost. Well, maybe they're charging you for the slice of cheese here, and they're
That
not
could
at
be.
the others.
That could be.
Maybe they're
They didn't mention it though, but
maybe they're just giving you the slice of cheese in the other places, and here in Morton they're like, "Oh, you want cheese? We got it. He needs the cheese.
you're paying
He
for
needs
it."
the good cheddar. It's just American, but we're going to tell him it's the good cheddar.
Bones has been helping out.
Charging 62 cents. This is outrageous. You'll be back. You're right.
it's the kiosk tax.
Shut up and move on. We got other slobs who want to eat this junk. Yeah.
I may have to
God.
switch to Burger King. I haven't griped about them in a while.
Oh my God.
So, anyways, that's all my fast food griping.
All right.
Oh.
I got nothing else with that. So you,
Oh,
before we
good.
move on. All right. Well, let's start our debate. Let's see here. I got 3 questions. We'll see if we'll get to all 3. I don't know. We'll see. Just kind of play it by ear. The first one that I came across was kind of an interesting question. I'll go last on this one, so I'll throw it out there.
Okay.
Would you?
No. Oh.
Well, you might. No. Now, I don't know. We may have to discuss kind of the rules to this question once I throw it out there, because it just kind of left a blank statement. In my mind, I have a few questions, but would you
Don't
give
like
up
rules.
3 fingers for $1 million?
3 fingers.
3 fingers. So I don't know. Let's say I'm just going to make it. Doesn't say. Let's say it's on your non-dominant hand. So if you're left,
I'm ambidextrous.
Well, then I don't know. 1.5 on each, I guess.
Do I get to pick the fingers?
I assume that was one of the questions. Do thumbs count as fingers?
Let's say you keep your index and thumb.
So you can pinch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's on the non-dominant hand
Let's say it's on the non-dominant hand. Well, I'll tell you that you can pick the hand
for $1 million.
for $1 million.
Okay.
Sure, I'll do it.
No,
I'm chopping them off.
Mike just said he'd do it. Now, my other question was, is this some guy with a meat cleaver
That's
just gonna
exactly
whack
what I was
away?
gonna say.
Or are you going in for surgery? They're going to put you out, take them off, and then you're going to wake up and you're not going to have fingers.
I think I'm doing it either way.
How are you going to play Red Dead Redemption? You can't hold a controller with pincher fingers on one hand.
Hey, with $1 million,
Your
he
horse
could
is going to be
probably
riding
fi-
off the cliff all the time. Forget your fast draw.
with $1 million, he could probably buy one of those Japanese prosthetic hands.
Maybe.
He probably has one. He could just use that one then.
I still think I'm doing it either way. I think
It's $1 million.
$1 million.
It's $1 million.
For 3 fingers.
See, I don't want to
See,
do
you-
it if it's painful.
You put me.
Well, we need to make. Mike didn't care. Mike just
I
said,
didn't care. Well,
you're going to whack that off of
the
there.
thing is, the monetary threshold made it worth it to me. Like if it was like $500,000, I don't think I'm there. But you double that, you make it $1 million. I think I might be there.
But somebody would like
Well,
a-
now we're going to take taxes and drop that down to
Oh,
about
no,
$675,000.
but
probably
you would
less
do
than
it with
that.
no anesthetic on your, or like,
That would
no
be tough.
numbing.
It would be really. I'd probably pass out pretty quick and then probably
hope.
die of blood loss. But
Well, you'd have $1 million.
I'd have $1 million.
Courtney'd be happy.
Oh yeah, probably.
She's got $1 million now.
I'm not asking our wives what they would want.
Well, if he bled out.
Like, would you want your husband to lose 3 fingers if they got $1 million? Yes.
Well, if the psycho with a meat cleaver has a courtesy
Lloyd
to
wouldn't
like,
get to the $1 million part. You want Greg
Would
to
you
lose
want
3 fingers? Yes.
Someone to chop Greg's. Yes. Wait a minute. Wait. Let him finish to say what they're chopping off.
yeah, if the guy with the cleaver has enough courtesy to like at least put a bandage on me, stop the bleeding a little bit. I think
While you're
I'll be
out
all right.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to say you survive it. So you get your $1 million and there's no tax.
It'll be pretty mangled, I think, but
Yeah. I'm debating
I'm
whether
hoping he just does it quick. Like maybe he's done this before.
sharp blade.
He's pretty experienced, I hope. Maybe it'll
It's a
be
butter
quick.
knife.
Oh, see now, if it's a butter knife, that might change it.
What if they kind of
know
a
if I wanna
saw
be doing
situation?
that.
They threw you a hacksaw. And so you have to cut your 3 fingers off for $1 million.
Good one.
If I had to
That
do my
does
own,
change
I
a
don't think
little
I could
bit.
do it.
I think I might try, but I don't think I'd end up being able to. I
I
think
lose 2 and get nothing.
well, I don't think I'd make it that far.
Oh, if I got to 2 and I'm getting $1 million, I'm going to 3. It's like
I think I just
I've gone
line
that
them,
far.
line them all up and just.
Yeah,
I think I'd make one big cut and then commit myself and then go from there.
If it's no anesthesia or whatever you call it, I want a sharp, like one of those paper
Hatchet.
cutters.
Like a
that
guillotine.
You just put it in and just,
Yeah.
fast. I don't want any sawing. I don't want any.
So you taking the $1 million and losing your fingers?
Well, like I said, it depends. If it's surgical and I'm out, yes. If it's cleaver guy, I'm not so sure about that. So
Let's say your wife has to cut your 3 fingers off.
Okay, well then I'm not going to get $1 million.
Lori,
I'm done.
I don't know if she would do it or not.
I don't want my wife. She tried to cut my hair once, got halfway done and quit. So I can't have it. Like, no, we can't get half into this. You got to commit and go.
Yeah,
If it's $1 million, she'd probably do it.
I don't know what my wife would do.
Let's ask
Courtney
her.
would not.
Lori, no.
She would not do it.
So I'm going to say yes.
I would say yes, as long as
It's $1
I'm not
million.
having to do it, and as long as it's not a butter knife.
And it is $1 million that I'm getting.
Yeah,
I got to say no. I don't think I can go without. I don't think I can do that. The part of me is like, yeah, I'd like the money. It's like, but if it got down to
Well,
brass tacks,
if you lost both pinkies,
Well,
no,
I'm
you're
just
going to
taking-
do all 3 on one hand.
I'm doing 3
you
from
can't
my.
split hands.
no.
I'm
no.
doing 3 from my bad
Yep.
hand.
Let's just say you're going to do 3.
So I'm just left with a
because
finger
we
and
said
thumb.
it's just your index and thumb. So you can
See,
pinch,
that's gonna-
you can pinch people. You can give the thumbs up, so you can still terrorize Gen Z.
You can still pick them up.
Still pick that up.
Yeah.
See, I write left-handed. So if those 3 are gone,
Well, you can do your right hand.
But I write left-handed.
You said you were ambidextrous.
I eat left-handed.
Well, I said you can do your right hand then.
But I throw right. I bat
That's
right.
your problem. I can't help you with that.
So if I lose them on my left hand, I've got nowhere to prop my pen.
These are all your problems. You're gonna have to make a decision.
Just use voice to text. You'll be a millionaire.
While you're
You can
thinking,
also-
I'm
It's
saying
$1 million. I'm saying yes.
I said no. I can't.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I could not. Now, if it was 3 toes, okay.
Oh, the toe. I hate my feet. So
Mike would pay somebody $10 so he could cut his toes off. No. All right. So
All right. I'm sticking with yeah.
I'm
then.
going yes, though, because I can
and
still do all the
Greg.
functions with my
It
dominant
would be
hand.
better if I could choose
I can
like
still go
2
to
on
work.
one hand and 1 on another.
Go to work
but-
the next day. I can still make money and have my $1 million.
Yep.
okay.
And if it's tax-free, if it's $1 million, I'm retired tomorrow.
All right. Well, now we're going to move into a few. This will be interesting. Should men and women have different roles in a relationship? So, are there certain jobs that a woman should do, and are there certain jobs that a man should do?
All right. Who's first?
We'll go with you on this one.
Yes.
Woo! Greg sounded the gate strong. Look at that.
Well,
You hear that, ladies? No, Greg, why don't you
It's
tell the ladies what they're responsible for?
I'm trying to think. Making sure that the bed is made before bedtime.
Whoa, there we go, ladies. He threw down the gauntlet.
That one came from a place of personal.
Yes, it did.
Yes, because
Feelings.
there's nothing, we've talked about it, there's nothing worse than falling asleep on the couch. You get up to go upstairs to go to bed,
And your wife has not got the bed made with the covers turned down and your pillow fluffed up.
yeah. Now, let me qualify it a little bit.
Now, do you dock her weekly allowance if she doesn't have that done?
Of course. No. I equally share them. Like, I believe my tasks are mowing the grass, taking out the trash, washing and maintaining the cars. Most of the maintenance work around the house, I do. So
watching the baking championships, getting those down.
Yes, the Halloween baking championships. We both will watch that though. I'll let her watch with me
if she has the bed made.
If the bed
obviously.
Is made. I think that's really the only task that I do most of the
here we go. We got some honesty.
I mean,
She's got one job. You have one job. You can't even do that. The bed should always be made. That's your one job. Greg does everything else. He does it all.
I assist with everything else. I mean,
I heard him say, really, she has just the bed, and I think I do it all.
No, I assist with dishes and vacuuming and things like that. But I think they should have tasks to do as well.
All right. So we got one yes from Greg. Do you want me to go, Mike, or do you?
Sure, you would.
Okay. I also will say yes. And kind of the caveat with that is, I think that in a relationship, though.
Misha takes the trash out, mows, washes the cars.
No. Misha doesn't know how a vacuum cleaner even works. I got her one of those poppers one year for Christmas. She thought that was a vacuum cleaner for a long time. I just told her to get her used to pushing something on the floor.
It keeps picking up all these colored balls.
So I just wanted to get her used to pushing it on the floor. She's going to kill me.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. No, but I do vacuum. But I think that's something that when you get married or you have those discussions, like you kind of just break them up. Like, okay, I'll do this or this. And I don't even know that you sit down and write out a list. It just kind of goes that way. It's kind of like and we both do. I do the mowing. I do a lot of the physical stuff around the house, like, building things, painting things, repairing stuff.
Laura will typically go to the store and more than I do. I mean, but I'll go sometimes to the grocery store as well. But
we usually grocery.
It seems
shop
like
together.
she typically will go before I do. I mean, it's like there's no food in the house.
I do a lot of the cooking. I don't know. I just do a lot of the cooking anymore. Yeah. And like
it's like
I said,
we used to watch on the show, the baking. It's
the vacuum. I run the vacuum, but we have
McDonald's
2 dogs.
does most of my cooking.
Yeah.
Maybe if Lori got a job at McDonald's.
Whoa. Now it all makes sense.
As long as it doesn't interfere with her chores here at home. That's the main thing. We don't mind you ladies working outside of the house as long as you get your stuff done at home.
Oh, man.
Mike doesn't. He's like, well, I'm not saying that.
I don't know what to say. Yes, 3 fingers. I'll take it.
Yes. I'll take all 5 fingers. Please don't make
Just
me
take
answer this question. So, anyway, I got a yes too. Mike, where you at?
Oh, let me write this down.
I would agree with yes.
Yeah, and the question was have different roles. It's not that you have an assigned like this is you have different roles.
Yeah, because in my personal experience, like you guys have said, we have different things that we do, Courtney and I. But sometimes, like Greg was alluding to, sometimes there's overlap in the middle. Like it's not always the same.
And to be fair, the question was in a relationship, so it's not just even doing chores. It's just men and women are different.
Yep.
And I think in a good and bad, and I think that's what makes relationships work. I don't want to be married to me. I don't know how my wife does it, to be honest with you. But it's like, you need somebody different. Sorry, Mike, I just wanted to clear that up because I didn't know if I made that clear that it's not just the chores, but in a relationship, you each have different roles. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you can't have 2 of the same personalities, I guess.
I was going to say, let me ask
working
her.
cohesively, but
do I have different roles? Can I have a different role, please? Sorry.
You'll do what I tell you. I like it.
At the moment, I have a few too many roles at the moment, but that's a personal problem. But no, I would say yes. Broadly speaking, I think we should have different tasks, roles that we would play.
I think some of it's just by nature. You just are wired that way. It's like we just pick up different things that we do. I mean, it's
and people are just different. I mean, in a relationship, you're not the same person, hopefully. I mean, you do need somebody that's different than you. Some things you'll be the same on, some things you won't. And that is what makes the relationship stronger, I think, is if you have a little bit of diversity in there on thought. You don't want somebody just constantly, yeah, sure, yeah, it's great, yeah, yep. No, once in a while, I wouldn't mind her agreeing with me. That would be fine.
Throw me a bone.
Yeah,
like I let her put the dishes in the dishwasher and then I rearrange them.
I love how you let her do that too. That is really sweet. Oh, she doesn't do it the correct way, so you need to show her.
Well, no, I just do it.
Oh, you just do it. So you're passive aggressive about it. Do you point out that I rearranged the dishes in there?
Oh no.
Or does she find out later?
No, actually, the other night we were putting dishes in the dishwasher. She was rinsing, and I was putting them in. She said, because you put them in better than I do. And it's like, okay, thank you.
Darn right.
I am.
You bet I do.
I am the dishwasher king.
Pretty soon, Greg's doing all the house chores. Well, you do that better than me. Oh,
Oh,
you bet I do.
watch me
Lori's
vacuum.
You dust better than me. Oh, you know I do. Look at me dusting. There's no dust in
Lori's
here.
watching
Lori's a
Netflix. And I'm-
mastermind.
You can't dust worth a boot. Greg gets, I showed her. I did all the housework. She didn't do anything.
Lori's, I'm going to go out and wash the car. Oh, I got it.
You can't wash a car. Greg puts on his bikini,
No,
goes out and washes the car.
Sundress.
Oh,
You gotta leave a little.
I don't want to
bit of
burn. I don't want to
imagination.
burn either.
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I think by nature, I mean, hopefully you
all
each
right.
do different tasks or different.
Well, I got one
roles.
more. You think we can knock one
Yeah,
more out?
go for it.
Okay. Is age difference between two people important in an adult relationship?
Is age difference important? Well, I think it's your turn to go first.
I'm going to come out and say, yeah, I think it is important.
In
Because
what
it doesn't
way?
say,
In
well,
what
that's
way?
what it doesn't say what way or good or bad. I think it could hurt a relationship if your age is too great. It can. It doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship won't work, but it can. Because one thing, it's nice if you're at least close enough to the same age where you get the references and stuff. I think if you're dating or you're thinking about marrying somebody who doesn't understand any reference you make, you may want to reevaluate that a little bit.
Do you think the guy should be older than the woman if it's a male-female relationship?
I don't think they have to be.
Oh, yeah. I was driving that because you're younger than Misha, right?
Well, I'm younger than Courtney.
Oh, that's right.
A year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a year.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be more than a 2-year age difference.
Was that a joke or was
No,
that like
it's
a
a
hard
slam.
line?
It's a slam to me. Because
Okay,
I'm
all
3
right.
and a
He's
half.
much
Okay, that's
older.
I'm 3.5, almost 4 older than Lori.
So, no, yeah, it just worked out that, I mean, I'm younger than my wife. Mike's younger than his wife. But no, I think it just says important. And that's so I thought it is important, I think, because it can be.
Yeah. I don't want to say because he's next.
But I don't know. I think if it gets too great of a span, that it could be a problem. Not necessarily, but it could cause more issues that you just have to work through. Like,
Fair
is she
enough.
willing to change or depends when you get older? Things like that.
So I'm going to lean more towards no on this, actually. I'm going to say it's not as important. And on a personal level, my dad is actually 10 years older than my mom. So I don't think it's just having grown up in that kind of age different. I just don't think it's as important as maybe some other things would be in a relationship.
Yep.
But
I think it matters more when you're young. If he was 22 and she was 12.
okay, yeah, that would be a problem. But that was not the case here. But yes, that would be an issue.
See, that's some of the issues that could crop up.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well,
That would-
honestly,
In
maybe
full
be an issue.
disclosure, my dad was 7 years older than my mom. So
But I know what you're saying.
And they met when they were both adults. So past that,
it says adult relationships.
Yeah.
So it does say that. That was the
assuming
caveat.
you're not a pedophile or anything.
Yeah.
So what does mine classify as?
I'm not. I don't know. I'll let you bring that up. You can work through that one.
I was 19 and Lori was 15.
That's
when
a
we
problem,
met.
maybe. Nowadays,
When we met and started dating.
she was trick or treating. What are you supposed to be?
I picked her up in the car, man.
You took her trick or treating.
Give me some candy. I want a Reese's.
Some nice man in a Trans Am took me trick or treating.
So no, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Finish up.
I'm just gonna say it's not as important, but because I think you can, in an adult, a healthy, functioning adult relationship, you can bridge the gap between age better. I think than maybe different like personality traits. You could probably overcome that.
Yeah. And I'm going to go with Mike on this one. That I don't think it is. I think there's extreme circumstances where it's more important, maybe. But as a rule, I'll say I don't think it's as important because I think, like you said, most adults, and we're saying adult relationships, can work that out. I mean,
Now you say as important. This just says important. So as important as what?
Well, in the case where I would say it's probably not a good thing is gold digging. Is like that's the most.
Yeah, and that's
a
not
common
even as
thought
much
to
about
talk about.
age as it is somebody's
Motives.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
when
like,
I was saying important, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I feel like most of the time the gold digging is somebody who's a little older, richer, with more money, the status, the wealth, whatever,
To a young person.
to a younger person who wants
who
to
does
get
not
a
want to
piece
have
of
their
that.
fingers cut off to get their money.
Right.
So they'll marry up in age.
Right.
No, but I was thinking mine is more the bigger span because sometimes if you get one person that's quite a bit older or younger, not always, but maybe they have different likes, or one as they get older, one wants to be more active. One is like, no, I've been working hard. I kind of want to just stay home, and that can happen even at the same age.
Yeah, see, that's
or
circumstantial, I think.
you start bringing do you want to have kids or do you? I mean, and if you have a big span, sometimes not always, but it's just something I think that you would have to talk about a little more before you just
Yeah.
It could just cause an issue, not necessarily, but I think it could more than if you're closer to the same age. You kind of have a lot of times, not always, but the same thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No, those were good.
Good answers.
Yeah,
Good answers.
I like them. It was not just all of us agreeing all the time. All right. Well, we'll move on.
Let's move. Segment
What's the
2.
worst job you ever had?
I was thinking about this when you asked. I'll go ahead real quick because mine is it's either.
See, there's a lot of things to think about though too. Because after I put that out there for you guys, I thought I probably should have, because it could be the work itself, or it might be the atmosphere, the environment. I mean, there's a lot of things that could play into it. So I don't know. However you want to rank it.
I was going to say my current one because I know our service manager listens once in a while. So, Mike, if you're listening, I won't say that.
Even though that's what he wants to say.
Even though I really want to say it. I'm not
Nobody
gonna
wants to say.
No, mine. I'm torn between detasseling corn, and that's really more of a summer job. So,
Yeah.
but it was a crappy job, or retail. I did 13 years of retail as a manager and assistant manager, and it got really. I'm going to say retail because detasseling was a summer job as a 13, 14-year-old. It was 6, 9, 12 weeks, whatever. And I was done. Retail was 13 years, and it was many, many hours, many, as I started having kids, could not be home for holidays with them and things like that. Retail. So.
See, and that's one where more the actual work itself isn't terrible. It's
No, it was fine. And I like a lot of people.
It's the job, the actual situation of your work hours and all that.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Not to mention in a corporate retail chain, upper management can be horrible. I mean, they treat you like garbage sometimes.
They do.
So that would be my worst. I won't say the company. I probably have before, but I won't.
Mine was a fast food job because in a bit of context, I've only got like 6 actual paying jobs in my lifetime. So mine was a fast food job. I'll just say it was at Subway. I only worked there for about, I think it was a little under 10 months. But this one was actually not so much, like the job. I mean, it's literally just making sandwiches. That was fine.
Were you a sandwich artist?
Yes. I took the classes and everything. But it was the people. And not even just like coworkers, but
he made
it
me a
was
sandwich there one time. It was weird. Got out an easel and put my bread. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm a sandwich artist.
I'm painting this sandwich.
And then he had a little braid threw on.
Cut his ear off.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. Oh no.
Paint me like one of the French bread. But yeah, it was like the actual. It was the boss. There's no sugarcoating it. It was terrible. So that was the only reason why I left that one. And it was the boss.
Yep. Bosses can make or break.
It was Subway, so it's not rewarding work by any means, but it as a 16-year-old, it's like, it is what it is.
You were a starving artist.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Yes.
And so were his customers.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say I baled hay for 3 years, and that was a hard job, but it wasn't terrible. It was hard. It was hard work.
See, I've had like random landscaping jobs like that, but I didn't. It was hard. It was hard work, but I enjoyed doing it.
See, I don't mind the physical
for the
part
sense
of
the
it.
satisfaction of a job well done after. I really like that aspect of it.
But I worked putting windshields in for a company. It wasn't Safe Light, but that type of a company where you would drive around. That was I got to where I hated that job. And I learned a lot at the job. I learned how to deal with customers. You learned about customer service. You learned how to deal with upset customers. It was good money. It was right before I got married, so I got the job, was able to get engaged, got married. We had a baby. It paid for stuff. But about 2.5 years in, I went back to school at night. For a couple of years, I worked full time, went to school full time. I'm like, I got to.
Yep.
It taught me. I don't want to do this forever. It was hard work. You're on a route. You're driving a lot. When you're putting in long days, and you're outside all the time, freezing cold, blistering hot. The cold was the worst. I could never get warm. My feet still to this day, I can't stand them. If they get cold, I'm done. I can't stand my feet to get cold. Because you're just in the wintertime, you're always cold. From the time you get into the van to take off to go to work till you get home. I'd get home and I'd run hot water in the tub, and I'd sit on the edge of the tub and just sit my feet in it and try to thaw them out. They would just be freezing.
Have a beer while you're sitting on the side of the tub.
No shower tub. No shower tub. Shower tub.
Tub beer doesn't quite hit as hard as shower beer does. It's not.
That makes you think like you're really a drunk if you're laying in the tub drinking a beer. It's like I'm a step away from being passed out and drowning. I can't. That job made me want to drink and drown myself in the tub, but I did not.
Yeah.
So, I have an article about a job that may actually be worse than those. I don't know. I'll let you decide. This is in the UK, to our friends across the pond there. British cops now have a new weapon in crime. They have semen-sniffing dog used by British cops to help bust sex offenders.
Poor dog.
Now, in one aspect, it's
Chihuahuas?
Cool that it's a lab. It says man's best friend may be a man's best chance at busting sex offenders. Semen-sniffing dog is working in the sex crime unit of a police department in England to help catch creeps and perverts. Cops announced this week. What? They should put like sex offenders because. I don't know. You can be a creep and a pervert. That doesn't mean you're an actual criminal, but maybe it does over there. I don't know. It says the 1-year-old lab, April, was trained to detect even tiny amounts of seminal fluid at crime scenes, and it's better than traditional kits at extracting DNA.
What?
It says it can pinpoint as little as a 0.016 milliliter of fluid. From years past. If it finds it, it can detect it, and then they can take the material and they can extract DNA. Supposedly,
Does this dog have like a sixth sense or something? Like,
How do they know the dogs are correct?
this
smells like him.
I would assume they would have had to test this out.
Well,
like a few times.
Not only that, how are they training the dogs? It's like, Mike, we need you to help train this dog. What do you need me to do? Is he going to attack me?
Is he
Not
gonna
exactly.
Sit, stay, roll over,
Take this magazine. I want you to go into the what are we doing?
What?
What is happening?
What?
Sorry. We need your fluid.
Oh.
Like, I gotta quit.
Instead of that whole dog suit that they put on,
It's just a cup.
it's just one piece.
The dog gets, oh God, oh, make it stop. Like, what the heck happened?
Some guys over there like, bloody wanker.
That's right. So I guess they said it's doing a great job and it's helping to solve crimes. But these poor dogs, they're all of the jobs dogs do. They're search and rescue,
Bomb dogs.
bomb sniffing,
Yeah.
cadaver dogs. I mean, or if you have buildings collapse, they go and they try to find people.
I think being a support dog for a blind person is probably one of the easier gigs.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Drug sniffing. Yeah, blind. All this stuff. They can help.
It's all very,
I don't know.
very noble.
You could just be somebody's support animal and just fly on the
You
plane.
get Paris Hilton's Chihuahua. You just be in her purse.
And this poor dog gets. They get the lineup. What's he do? Go out there and stick his nose in like 6 guys' crotches. Points. Oh, he's got something. Oh, but I just thought, what? That is.
Oh,
I guess on one aspect, it amazes me. On another aspect, I feel sorry for the dog.
yeah.
That's all I had with that one. I saw that story and heard there was a little video I was watching. I was like, it's amazing, but man, that's weird, and I feel bad for the dog. But, all right, Mike, I think, are you going to take us a little farther
Yeah.
east than the UK?
Farther.
I think.
We're going to, for this story here, Mother Russia.
Ooh,
Russia.
hello to our Russian fans.
Here's the headline, and this might have been a debate question. We should have
done
done this. So it says,
you know what? Read this, and then we'll
Okay.
have to make a decision.
This is the headline that I
there's no
saw.
decision.
It says, would you pay $57,000 to experience being buried alive? Now, I had a kind of a dyslexic moment here. I thought it was asking me if I would be paid like $60,000.
Well, yeah, when I read that, I'm like,
but then
no.
I did a double take. It's like, would I pay $60,000 to be buried alive? No.
Trust me,
I don't
if
think
you
so.
will, I will do it for half. I will bury you for, $28K.
Oh, you would take the friends and family discount?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it starts off saying, you can attend your funeral for a price. My funeral. Okay. A Russian company is offering customers the chance to participate in their own funeral and experience being buried alive for 3.5 million rubles, or the equivalent of $57,000. Company founder, I can't even pronounce her name. I'm not even going to try.
But if you'd rather be cremated, we'll burn you a little bit. Then you can attend your funeral.
You burn off 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Here you go. So company founder announced her new venture earlier this week, which promises to help her clients discover new talents and psychic abilities and deal with their fears and anxieties after their funeral.
I kind of got anxious about this when I'm reading it.
You come out as a psychic, apparently, after this, after you get buried alive. I didn't know about the psychic abilities. So she described the morbid offering as a true symbol of fighting for yourself and your own happy future. So that's one way to look at it, I suppose. It lists that there are 2 packages for getting to attend your own funeral. The online funeral. And so it's like a Zoom meeting, basically.
And you're not buried in this one.
No.
And it's a bargain.
Yeah, you still pay $15,000 for it. And it's stress.
What am I getting for $15,000?
You're getting stress therapy for fears and anxiety.
Are there going to be people there that they're going to hire to come in and cry and say flowery
know.
good things for me?
Well, that's what your 57 grand's going for.
Well, what if I get the $15,000 one?
They don't get paid. You get worse people.
They're just ambivalent towards you.
Yeah. However,
what can I say about Mike?
Yeah. He's all right.
He's all right. No complaints, I guess.
You can get the full immersion funeral, which will bury you up to an hour.
Ugh.
So I don't know. The full immersion package includes a full religious ceremony and a mandatory revival with an all-around revived awareness of their mission, which is supposed to renew a person's desire to live.
I like how it's a mandatory revival. I hope so.
For $60,000, I hope you bring me back.
With an all-around revived awareness of their mission. Well, I don't even understand what that means.
Well,
I don't know. The second you start trying to put me in the ground, I'm going to have a revived awareness.
Well, it even talks about, I want to know earlier when it was talking about discovering new talents and psychic abilities. That's what I want to know. What am I coming out of the ground with? Can I fly? Or like
superpowers,
read people's minds or something?
It sounds like it.
What psychic ability can I get out of this?
See, but this sounds like it would be the origin story of the supervillain.
Yes.
It goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Mike crawls out of the ground finally a week later. His hand digs through the ground, comes out.
See, Dirt Man is a good character.
Dirt Man. I'd have a better name than that. Who's that? It's Dirt Man.
Well, I don't remember what his name was, but
the Sandman.
Yeah.
Dirt Guy.
The Sandman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, he was probably buried for $57,000.
He should have done the online.
Became the villain.
Save a little money.
I like one of the comments. Somebody said, "Can I pay for someone else to be buried? I can think of a few off the top of my head."
Yeah.
That's good.
You can hold off the mandatory revival on that one. Actually, they didn't need it in their package. I just thought that was crazy. I'm not being buried alive, let alone paying somebody $60,000 to do it.
No.
If
All
I,
right, so
if I
would
want
you?
a thrill, I'm going to go like ride a roller coaster or something. I'm going to go do something else, not bury myself. Sorry.
No.
And it made me think of the one guy. We were talking about the one guy who had a problem, or his wife had a problem with him digging the big hole in his
Yeah, I
yard.
remember
You
that.
guys remember that?
Yeah.
Maybe he has a potential side business in the future. If people are going to pay $60,000 to be buried alive, I think that guy's got a talent for digging holes. So I think he might have a good customer base if he taps into this.
If people are actually paying this, we got to come up with some ideas for things for
You could
people.
probably do it here.
Because people,
Gen Z is miserable. We'll just tell them. This is a way to
Yeah.
cleanse yourself of all of your offenses.
It does kind of sound culty, like, right? You have to go through the initiation and then your mandatory revival and psychic abilities. Like, it's kind of culty sounding.
A little bit.
Okay, so would you be buried alive? See, if I came down to this, I'm like, I would lose 3 fingers over this. I am claustrophobic. It's like, no.
Well, I think it doesn't in this article describe the full depth of it, but I think they actually put you in a box and I think they cover you in dirt and everything. I think they
now, for up
actually
to an
bury you
hour, they
alive.
got to be providing air to you.
I think in some capacity.
Are you
it
going
happens.
like 6 feet into the ground and buried?
I
Does
think
it matter? I mean, if you're in a box and they're putting you under dirt,
Well, it would take longer than it'd take them a while to get to you at 6 feet.
I mean, what I imagine in this is I think they for the funeral, right? Like, I think they put you in a casket and have people around you, right? And you listen to the service, and then they put you in the ground. I think that's how it goes down. And no, I'm not doing it.
I don't think most people could go an hour without having their phone and social media.
Little on air. You could choose.
Selfie.
Yeah, you could choose air, or do you want your phone?
Live tweeting from in the coffin.
Lost reception. Dang it! Can't post my tweet.
Oh, we got Wi-Fi in the coffin.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, it's
Yay!
built in.
Put an access point in there.
Does it have a cup holder? I want my Polar Pop in there.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm not
couldn't
doing
do
it.
that.
Not doing
Nah,
it.
me either.
Sounds terrible.
I mean, I wouldn't do it if you paid me $57,000.
Right.
So I
See,
mean,
$57,000 for an hour. Oh my! I don't know. I'm pretty claustrophobic.
I'm not doing it.
now if we're back to that million.
Oh, for $1 million, I'd do it for $1 million.
Probably. I mean,
Well,
if I'm
I've got
chopping off,
air, if I've got air,
I'm chopping off fingers.
I can handle being in a coffin for an hour.
if that's
As
the
long as I
precedent,
was guaranteed.
just think of
A
it like
revival?
it's an MRI.
have to I'd try to stay up for like 24 hours, so I was super sleepy, and I'd just sleep through the hour. And I'd wake up, and they'd be opening the casket.
Now, if they stick the semen sniffing dog in there with you,
Well, I don't want the semen sniffing dog around me. No,
it's in the box with you for an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. You're not. I mean, it's just going to be pitch black, total blackness, and you're not going to be able to. I don't want to think about
Can I have my earbuds in, listen to music?
No, I think it's total sensory deprivation.
It probably has to be to do the
Yeah.
revival thing and
Yeah.
the, to get your
maybe
brain
it is to
and
get you focused on just. No,
Yeah.
I'm still out. I'm still out. I can't do it. All right, ready to move on?
Yeah.
Let's hit the last segment.
Let's
here.
bury that segment.
And remember,
Yeah.
I got that one little thing after.
So, what new trend are women do? It says women. It tells about, I think, 2 or 3 of them here, but women reveal why they're choosing not to have sex and don't miss it. It says Claire's last relationship of 12 months ended in 2018, so she decided to take a break from intimacy, admitting she had spent a lot of time in the past using sex to keep men happy. I need that break to actually realize that, sex isn't love. The mom of 2 had been married from 2013 to 2016, told the Post. It's not just there to please men. You need to be able to please yourself as well. And
So she definitely had a different role.
she did. She did. So it's Claire, who declined to give her last name, is now 40 and hasn't had a sexual relationship since her last one ended. She described the break as liberating and said it has given her time to work on herself and be there for her 19-year-old daughter and 13-year-old son. I don't miss sex, to be honest, though she admitted it would be that she wouldn't mind being intimate in other ways, such as cuddling. Who brought this article up? Now that I'm reading, it's like we need to discourage this stuff. Listen, I think you would miss it if you. I don't think we need more cuddling. Now that's just my opinion, but my big thought or takeaway from when I'm reading this is it sounds like, because they also talk. I guess Drew Barrymore wrote an article, or she admitted on her show, a personal essay, that she hadn't been intimate with anyone since splitting from her husband in 2016.
Why is she writing personal essays?
So that they'll put it in an article and we'll talk about it, I guess.
For a grade.
Since entering life as a single mom, I've not been able to have an intimate relationship. This Drew Barrymore said, I've had the honor and the pleasure of actually working on myself and learning what parenting is, something I was not exactly clear on growing up. So from a lot of it, though, a lot of these are just the women in here, but excuse me. It sounds like they said they were equating sex with love, and sex and a relationship are 2 separate things. It should be together. I mean, that's just part of a relationship, but a lot of people, I think, are just using that, or say, okay, yeah, are you in a relationship? Yeah, and then it's all physical, and I don't think that's enough to actually create a healthy relationship. And for some of these women, especially if they're moms, I don't think there's a problem if you're divorced and you want to focus. I mean, your kids, not that you should neglect yourself, but your kids are kind of your priority. And that's what being an adult, you do. Once you have kids, you have to sacrifice a lot of your own stuff. You just like, well, I got to sacrifice for my kids. And again, not to neglect yourself and your own physical and personal needs. But I think a lot of this was, at least my thought or reading in here, a lot of these women too are getting rid of some of the not real strong relationships, or just going out and, and just having a physical relationship and not having a full blown relationship. It kind of reminds me of like if somebody's out starving and they get a piece of candy, they eat it. It might satisfy that initial craving and need right then, but that
yes, it does.
It's not new. It's not. No, I'm
Reese's
upset.
Pumpkins.
but it's not nutritional or healthy to them, and it's the same as a relationship. I mean, you have physical needs, but a relationship is more. A healthy relationship should be physical, emotional, spiritual, all of that. And I think that's what a lot of these women are starting to see, is that just the sex And sadly, a lot of guys, that's what they want. And if, to be honest, women, if you're just going to go out and give guys sex, some of them are not going to commit to a full healthy relationship because
there's not going to be
they're
any
selfish.
Effort. Yeah,
They're
not
just
going to be.
It's like, meet my need. And let's go. And you use my joke because I was going to say, this is one of my wife's chores. She hates doing it. She says I'm much better at it than her. I should just do it by myself. And I say, wow, what? No. It was a joke.
That's how you train the dog.
That's right. That is right. But anyway, so I don't know. I don't know if you guys, I don't want to get into a whole thing about that. But I was reading that and I thought, you know what, this is, it's kind of just about either focusing just, if they're single, they're focusing on their kids, or they're I want to get into an actual healthy relationship and have all the aspects of the relationship, not just the physical, but emotional, spiritual, all that.
Jennifer said she has channeled the extra energy into renovating a camper van.
Hey, you do you, I guess.
I guess so. You think the van talks with her?
I don't know, but there's probably married guys like, well, my wife isn't doing more chores around the house. What is she doing with all her extra energy? She's got to have a ton of extra energy, and I'm still doing a lot of the work. Just kidding. Relax. Heard the sound of all the apps getting turned off. I can't believe he said that. Tell me what to do. So anyway, that's all I had. I don't know if you had anything else you want to add.
I don't think so. I kind of had read through the article. No, I don't think there's really a whole lot else.
All right. Well, Greg, I think you said you had one last thing.
Yeah, and it's absolutely not related to that at all.
Thank goodness.
It's not related
we had
to
that
anything.
Awkward silent pause for a second.
It's not related to anything we've talked about.
All right, good.
So you guys get, newspapers and things at your house. I mean,
no, what is a newspaper?
They come around, they throw the Courier, the local Courier is one of ours.
We had the Courier, the Reporter. Those are a couple local little papers.
I feel like I might know where this is going.
Well,
I don't.
I got this one in the mail.
Yes. So did I.
The Peoria Standard.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
I feel like I'm back in the 20s. I got the Peoria Standard.
There may be a reason you may not have heard of that, Doug.
Well, it seems to lean conservative.
Yes.
Very much so. It's real data, real value, real news. But it goes on. It talks about a number of these, like I said, conservative leaning stories and things like that.
Well, and really what it's focused on is crime and the Safety Act in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, that was one of the
kind of a targeted thing.
Yeah,
let's talk about, since it's election season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the main target of it. But I was kind of flipping through it and, looking at all the different things it was saying about the different politicians and things. But I got to a section where it's got some current events of things going on in our communities.
Oh,
and
all right.
There's a number of them that are, I thought, kind of interesting.
Well, let's share.
So on this,
Take a shot.
This was from a couple weeks ago, but something you missed was on Tuesday, October 11th, they had a family paint party. So I don't know, they invite you to someone's house and you paint the house.
Are you painting your family?
It was $30 for you to do it.
Paint the family.
It was at the Peoria Pizza Works. It's
okay.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And you know how a lot of people have like combined interests, like they'll have art and wine night, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, this Wednesday night they had
everybody paints better once they're drunk.
Yeah. Like Mike's beer and shower night.
I made a mistake one time of paying to go to that. It was not what I thought was going to happen.
It was a great time.
But this one, yoga.
I enjoyed it very much.
I will bring soap on a rope the next time. That's for sure. I thought $100 was a little steep, but
hey, better than the 60,000, right?
well, this is true. I think I'd rather be buried alive, to be honest.
To each their own.
But on this particular Wednesday night, they had yoga, macrame, and cocktails. How do you I don't know how
yoga,
you...
macrame, and cocktails.
So, downward dog while you're putting together a macrame and have a drink.
Here's your mojito. Ooh.
And then there's the ACHE Central Illinois Chapter Fall 2022 Education Event. Doesn't that spell ache? ACHE? It's like a bunch of ache and pain.
Maybe it's a bunch of old people.
I need to go to that.
Oh.
That's $40. Well, here's a particular good one. A porch sitter workshop.
Do you need a workshop to know how to sit on the porch?
It's
Properly, apparently.
It's at the
Now,
water.
some people like to sit in just a regular chair. I like
No.
to have a rocking chair.
The Cracker
You
Barrel.
gotta
rocker.
have the
Now,
rock.
some people go with a glider. That's these young people with their fancy gliders. That's just overkill on
Well,
the
now,
porch.
if you came
want
as
a
a
nice
couple,
rock.
you could get the swings that both of you could
Nah,
sit
you
on.
get. I think you need your separate own rocking chairs because one of you will like to rock faster than the other.
So that's $40 for the porch sitter workshop.
I would do that class for $25. I should put an ad in there. I will teach you how to sit on the porch. $25.
And the last one, and this one's coming up this Friday night.
Ooh.
Doug particularly might want to go to this one.
I think we'll have a. We'll have to take a show trip.
We might. It's the Jolt Halloween Ball 2022 Night of the Living Drag.
Jolt?
Yeah.
Like the Jolt Cola?
JOLT. All caps. Night of the Living
This
Drag.
is in a conservative paper?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they probably let anybody advertise.
So a
We're
little bit.
conservative, but we like money. So we'll take your cash.
Yeah, I mean, there's things in here about CCW classes and, all those
Still
sorts
carry.
of things.
So I got the same thing, and I was like, "What is this? What is the Peoria Standard?" So I actually looked up
The Peoria
Standard.
Uh-huh.
I found a site, but I couldn't tell if it was affiliated with this or not. But I did find in one of our local news stations kind of a little bit about this, and it says, the Standard is part of a larger network of around 36 papers associated with conservative radio hosts and PAC owners. Dan Proft in Illinois. So,
Oh, okay.
because the funny thing is I saw other ones that it's the same paper, so to speak, but it had like Chicago Global, or
okay.
it had a different name instead of the Peoria Standard, but it was the same
Format.
paper, same everything.
Yeah, but on the back of this, okay, so the last thing, it's got
Athletes in action. Yes.
And I like it because you got one kid, Braden, whatever his last name
Homeschooled?
is. What's that?
The homeschooled athlete. Yes.
You got
Yes.
Gabe Ebert, Monmouth Fighting Scots, freshman defensive lineman. So after each kid, it tells where they went to. So like this Braden, he played football at East Peoria. Well, this Gabe, he played football at homeschool.
He was a beast out there.
Played football at home school?
That says
Yeah.
Gabe Ebert played high school football at homeschool.
He crushed his mother and little brothers and sisters. Nobody could stop him.
He was a defensive lineman. He was sacked in the quarters.
I'm coming for you.
The pain train.
Right off the line, right there. He burst through, tackle, gets the offensive lineman down.
You ain't bringing that Humpty Bump up in here.
Please, Gabe, stop hurting us.
Time for recess. Football practice at home.
That one, yeah, I was reading through these and I'm like,
I don't
homeschool?
think he played football at home school.
It says he did.
It's a lesson, Tackle football.
So,
The mom is breaking down 3 technique defense, You really want to get the burst. Yeah. You want to line up over the center. You don't want to go to the guard.
Now look at this. Your 6-year-old brother was on his feet for 2 seconds before you took him out. That should be minimum 1 second. There's no reason for that.
Hit the weight room with mom,
So yeah, this is the Peoria Standard. I don't know what this paper is.
Yes, you crushed your 9-year-old sister, but she held on to the ball. You should have stripped that ball and knocked it out of her hand. Scooped it up, for 6. That's ridiculous.
Oh, and the funny thing about this paper, I noticed that just now that it came to Lori Daniel or current resident. And I'm not mentioned. So Lori must be subscribing to the Peoria Standard.
Can you imagine also
This relationship? It's complicated. Ooh, we'll just put current resident then.
Can you also, going back to the high school, the homeschool kid, can you imagine being like the talent recruiter coming to check him out? Like, all right, I'm the recruiter here. We
got a
gotta check
bunch
him
of
out. Yeah. In the living room, they're on the couch, just like
See your
the
game
notebooks.
footage. All right, well, this is from our reunion in 2019. I'm going to see here my Uncle Bob, he takes the ball on a sweep.
If you do home and away, do you go to another kid's house and take out his family?
Maybe. Now you're going to look how I use my swim technique to get around the walker.
Yeah.
And I just take my Uncle Bob's legs right out from underneath of him.
Now, tonight, we're going over and playing the Joneses. So you got to watch out for his sister.
Yeah, she's small, but she's wiry. She is wiry.
And play shirts and skins.
Mom comes out of the kitchen. Popcorn. You got refs? Who's a ref in this thing?
The dad.
We got a penalty on the play.
Yeah. Oh my
I don't
gosh.
play favorites, son. Oh, yeah.
He got a scholarship to homeschool university. He's gonna play for their team.
JUCO first.
Do they have a band at halftime?
Marching band.
It's just his little brother in 6th grade band. He's walking around with a trumpet. Just look at my formation I'm making
I picture
here.
it's just the symbols.
Yeah. I'm making the letter H for homeschool.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, homeschool?
That is funny.
So there's some good events for you to go to.
There are.
Yeah. So the porch sitter is particularly.
That's my favorite. I might do
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
I'll find out I've been sitting incorrectly
Oh,
all
maybe.
these years.
Yeah. Well, next semester, maybe they'll have like recliner sitter or,
So you want your bottom on the chair and your legs. I had no idea. I used to sit like Mork. That's a timely reference.
Yes, that's right.
That I don't know if any of our audience will get it. If you do, nanu.
I got it. Shazbot.
Yeah. If you don't, go look up how Mork sits.
Yes,
And then he could benefit from this
he
class.
could. So
All right. Well, I got nothing else. Greg?
I think that's all I got.
Mike?
No.
No, you're not going to be training your dogs, are you, to get in?
No. No.
Maybe you could bring it into the U.S. They probably don't have this over here yet. Go to the police department. I have a new thing for you guys.
That'll go real well for me.
Yeah. I'm going to train these dogs to be semen sniffing. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, I got nothing else either. So, hey, everybody. Once again, happy Halloween. Welcome to November. Here we are. We're going to we're starting to get ready for some Thanksgiving stuff. We've been trying to come up with some topics for Thanksgiving. We'll have to see what we can come up with.
I know.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Getting into the holiday season, which we love. And we'll
Yes,
be
we do.
tackling some holiday issues as well. There's probably a Reddit thread coming up here pretty soon.
New Year's, you'll probably have the
New Year's
homeschool
resolution.
bowl.
The homeschool bowl. That's always a barn burner. I mean,
It's going to be a great matchup this year.
yeah, they're ranked. Homeschool's ranked number 4. They're tough. So, but
Oh,
we
my
want to thank you for
gosh.
tuning in, listening to the show. We hope you have a great week. Relax. Don't get offended about things. Laugh a little bit. Life is too short to get mad about that much
Yes,
stuff.
it is.
So laugh a little bit, smile, and have a great week. We hope you're tuning in in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace.
This is gonna make Mike very angry that we signed off like this.
Greg always puts
He
the
always
buzzsaw to the sign off.
Mike wants a nice hard peace out, and now we've got nothing.
Time
I'm
Greg's
sorry you all had to
cracking
listen
up.
to this completely fall apart. I think we only had one wheel left, and it has now fallen
Yeah.
off. So thanks again, everybody. See you later. Well, that wraps up another episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
When you shop at a Walmart Vision Center, you get it. You know that you'll spend a little less on stylish glasses for the whole family.
Welcome to the Vision Center. Let me know if you need help finding the perfect frames.
Hey, Mom, you were right. These glasses are cool.
Hon, they take our insurance. That means Papa's getting a new pair, too.
Whoa, glasses start at just $39. Next stop, groceries.
So you can get a little more of what you need. Find a Vision Center near you. Save money, live better. Walmart.